Good morning and welcome to CTV Sports. I'm Dale Schwetz.
And I'm Jan-Eric Frank. A very good morning to you.
And we are live here from the CTV studios in Wellington, Florida, preparing for our 2023 World Polo League Palm Beach Open. And we're going to be at the Grand Champions Polo Club this morning on field number 1. And but we would like to announce a few things. We are saddened to announce a Crab Orchard patron, George Rollin, has passed at the age of 77. A lover of the game of polo, George played his last polo game in March of 2014. Our condolences go out to his family and wife, Beverly. So I love everyone please to join us here in a moment of silence for George Rollins. Thank you so much for everyone, and we'll be dedicating these games today to George Rollins and his family. It looks like we have all of our players lined up here today, Jan, as the Palm Beach Open is heating up and ready to go.
Indeed it is. So let's just quickly run you through the names that are out there. Again, some big names. Let's start with Audi at number 1, the Cobra, Mark Ganzi at number 1, and at number 2, we've got beg your pardon, at number 2, yes, Heta Castagnola. At number 3, Nick Roldan. And at number 4, great to see him back in the saddle after he sustained a slight injury in his last game, Fred Mannix coming in at number 4 for Brookshire. Then Scott Wood at number 1, Pipe Vecellino at number 2. At number 3, Gonzalito Pierres. I think there might have been a change. I think we might see Pipe Vecellino playing at number 3. Today.
Yeah, they did change that up, yeah.
Yeah. So
we do have Gonza playing the 2 and people playing the 3. Not a bad little switch. Both players very strong in the middle of the field there. And people did a lot of work at the number 2 position. Remember, Gonzalito, probably one of the best number 2s in the world. As he plays in the Argentine Open, he plays the number 2 position. And maybe a little switch with also Miguel Navijo Estrada filling in for his brother, Alejandro. So it could be a little, maybe they worked it out. Maybe they like that combination better. And also it's good to see Freddie Maddox pack up. He did have a fall in his last game. I got to see him after the game. And and he was icy in his arm, but he said he thought he'd be all right. So we'll see. If he needs to get a replacement, he will, but he's sticking ball before the game and he seems to be well, and that's the number 4 in the white, and here we go.
Yeah, ball is thrown into play. So here we go now. You might have noticed on your screens there 2-0 already given to Brookshire. Remember, they're coming in of 24 goals. Audi coming in of 26 goals. So that, just to make life easier for you, explains the 2 goals given at the beginning here on handicap in this very important game. Now, Audi, of course, on Friday took on Casablanca for the second time here in this season. So at the moment, it's 1 apiece. And Audi, of course, very much looking for their next win here in this game. Both of these teams coming in with an 0-1. And there is the first shot on goal by the number 4, by Brookshire, Miguel Navijo Estrada.
Yeah, and you get a pass right here from Vecellino across the field. Keep an eye on this ball as it goes across the field. Mark Ganzi's going to jump right on here. And right there, stride out.
Yeah.
So he's going to catch him on the turn play right there. Good positioning by the number 1 in white. And they'll take that ball to center for a penalty 5B.
Yeah, a little unlucky there. But that, of course, those are the rules. Well spotted here. Once again, we didn't mention our 2 mounted officials, of course, Pepe Araja and Esteban Ferrari.
So it's going to be Heta Castagnola do the honors here. Remember, the 2-point conversion is in effect here. So if they do score from behind the center line, it'll be worth 2 points. Picked up here, taking the left there for Freddie. And Freddie's going to snap one just off the left side. But the thing is, arm is doing okay here. It looks like he's pretty strong.
That is very good news. And, of course, we very much hope to see Alejandro Navijo Estrada back in the saddle also in the very near future. That ball just going slightly out to the right-hand side. So knock in once again here for the team in orange, Miguel Navijo Estrada. Gets a challenge there from Mannix. Mannix now controls it nicely. Runs into a little bit of traffic. Virgilino steals it. Nice little play up to the number 2. Remember, Gonzalito Pierre is playing the number 2 today. Pipe Virgilino, the man on the ball right now, playing the number 3 position. And in comes a challenge there from Mannix. Has he done enough initially? Well, he thought he had, but it's picked up once again by Pierres. Now, Pierres can put on a little bit of speed here. Nick Roldan, the last man in defense, able to clear it. Castagnola will pick it up on his near side. Good pick up. And now then, can Audi rev up that engine and run with it? Here we go then. Head to Castagnola. He's just trying to control the pace to allow his attackers to get back up front. Nice read here also by Ganzi. Taking the ball around very comfortably. And he has been playing a very solid season so far. Leaves it behind there for Castagnola. And here is one of those long balls up to the front. 3 white shirts. One, I'm sure, will pick up that ball. It'll be the Cobra. Nice little cut shot. Sends it into the danger zone. Manic. Rotation working very early on. Very well here for Audi. Just able to keep it in play. And, yeah, that pony not helping things there for Mannix. You see he's still appealing to the umpire. Vecellino has his... has that ball taken off him by Castagnola. Now, Castagnola is definitely in shooting range here. Can he get a shot on goal, or will he try and walk it in? Had to control it first. Leaves it for Roldan. He will send it back up. Little deflection intended there for Hector Castagnola. Audi still in possession. Navijo Estrada trying to challenge him. Now the shot. Yeah, still a little bit patchy, I think, Dale. These two teams also, of course, with a lot of respect for each other, just sort of getting enough feel for how the opposition is playing today.
Yeah, just off to the right side there and the left side of your screen. It brings it down to 340. You might get a courtesy change here. And, yes, you will get a courtesy change. So, when we return, both teams on the far side, horses on the far south side of field 1. Good shot of Mark Ganzi there. Beautiful bay pony. Well built. Look at this confirmation on that mare right there. And so they'll go ahead and use their courtesy change. And as I said, both teams are on the south side of the field. Keep it around 45 seconds, but it might take a little longer based on the positioning of the trailers and the players at each game that we come to. Sometimes they're split up on different angles. Sometimes they're in the same area. Good shot of Gonzalito Pierres for the Brookshire team. Love the Brookshire jerseys. Didn't realize that they had the horse on top. You see their jerseys right there?
Oh, yeah.
Kind of cool. All the different jerseys, but you see how it's kind of meshed through there. Kind of Scott Woods, orange and black. Coming out of Houston, Texas. Scott, lover of the game of polo. He is plays all different levels, enjoys playing at all different levels. Also plays up the Aspen Valley Polo Club, our sister club, in Aspen, Colorado. And he enjoyed that. His whole crew that was up there this season. So he'll be back this summer. And a good shot there of Miguel Navijo Estrada on there in the number 4 in the white helmet. And with then you have P.B. University on the white helmet with the blue strap and breather holes there on his helmet. And like I said, a little switch. We'll see how it works. They took Pipe, put him at the number 3 today. He was playing number 2 in their game against Santa Rita. And it went pretty well. I mean, the game was a good game. It went back and forth. It ended up being a 2-goal difference, but they were winning 4-1 after the first chukker, Brookshire against Santa Rita Turkey. And then it went 5-4 in the halftime, and it was 6-5. They're up by a goal, and then they just edged about by 2 goals at the end. And not many. I think the one thing that Santa Rita did very well was keep Pipe off the penalty line. They didn't foul much.
Yeah, no, they
so
did.
Very good game.
Here we go then. Ball is back in play. Quick courtesy change. We are still in the first chukker. Once again, a very good morning to you from Grand Champions Polo Club. We're on field number 1. Remember, we've got a double header coming your way. The second game this afternoon at 4 o'clock between Global Port, one of our new entries here in the World Polo League this year, against Kaya Polo. Very much looking forward to that, but now looking forward to seeing the first goal of this game, and it looks like it's going to go on the account of the man with the 10 goals to his name, Hector Castagnola, picking up the first score here, the first goal for Audi.
I remember 2 goals on handicap with a 24-goal team against a 26-goal team. Hector's going to work it in between. Scotty's going to clear out of there nicely. Wood, not to get in the foul, but you see him comes across there, and he clears out, takes the most direct route out, as you can see, perfectly executed. And then Miguel playing goalie there, but a nice little shot behind his pony by Hector.
Ball back in play, and you just mentioned him, Scott Wood, coming in very quickly and trying to challenge. He still is, and he's doing a good job here taking on Nick Roldan, but Nick Roldan gets the support from Castagnola, and we know what a big hitter he is. He will send that one downfield. Now then, this is in the perfect position. This is how he likes them, but Mark Ganzi not able to pick it up as Miguel Navija Estrada got there just a little bit quicker. No danger, so no foul. Keeping the play and the motion here nicely running in this game. Over on the far side with the number 2. Gonzalito Pierre is trying to do something with it. There is the backhander once again from Castagnola. A little touch from Ganzi. Wanted to extend that to Nick Roldan, who was going upfield. But now, Brookshire. Vecellino stops, looks. Now he's another one of those big hitters. It looks like he's going to try and run this one in. There is one of those monster shots up down field, looking for. He was looking for Navija Estrada. Nick Roldan will clear things up nicely. Not as far as he would have liked because Ganzi wanted to take that one on the near side. Turned around on the inside. A little steal once again by Castagnola, beating Gonzalito Pierres. There is the chip backhand once again. So still a little bit patchy here in this first chukker. Vecellino now coming back as well. Again, Gonzalito just a little bit too late to do any damage here. It'll be Nick Roldan taking on Miguel Navija Estrada. There it is, coming on the near side for a hook. Sticking very close to him. Of course, Nick, an all-rounder also. Playing a very solid back at defense. And also wearing the number 3 today, so I'm sure a lot of pressure will be on the 8-goaler. Little flick of the wrist there, appealing to the umpire. There is the backhand, and yeah, that was inevitable that we would have a whistle on that play, but I'm not sure if it was the first foul, Dale, or the second.
He flips the ball back to the inside right here. You see his ball going across the field right here. Watch Nick's going to push it in front of him, and then he snaps it. Virtually grabs it right there, so you get a little delayed whistle there. Calling to play on Versatile. Remember, both teams do have challenges. We are using the challenge system here in the World Polo League. And a team will receive a challenge per half. And you use it or lose it. So you need to use your challenges per half. You cannot carry them over. We have a lot of players. They've asked about that this year. They can carry them over in the second half, but we don't do that. We don't use that format. And also, they'll be able to use all the triggers and to check to see if a goal scored, check to see anytime 2 players come together, 4-legged athlete or 2-legged athlete, you're going to get the reaching call here, right away violation from center. And, well, here we go. Remember, everything from behind the line, as you can see how they're lining those balls up, there's teeing them up behind the line. And anything that's hit from behind the line on a penalty shot or during regular play is going to be worth 2 points in the Founders Cup.
Yeah, we
did in Founders Cup and here in the Palm Beach Open.
And we haven't seen one so far, have we, Dale?
No, we haven't seen it. This guy was one of the guys, though, to hit one from about 130. He was in front of the line, but he hit it about 20 yards past. So it didn't count as a 2-pointer, but he definitely had the distance. And here's one right here. Look how far this was going to go another 10, 15 yards past the end line. You have like 20 yards between that end line and the hedge line. Looks like they'll work the clock down here, and that'll end our first chukker play as Miguel will ride off. So we'll send everybody off to get some fresh 4-legged athletes, and we'll be right here back for our second chukker of the 2023 World Polo League Palm Beach Open.
Happy to be back in town playing with the best teams, best boys, and on the best fields.
So we're going to start the season a full full power horse. I'm just happy to be back in Florida. You know, it's hometown. Looking forward to getting back on these amazing fields.
The taqueria has all your polo needs, from the novice to the professional. We carry all of our equipment in multiple grades to fill a price point to suit the individual.
CTV Sports. I'm Dale Schwetz.
And I'm Jan-Erik Frank. A very good morning to you.
And we are live at the Grand Champions Polo Field number 1. And Brookshire going up here against the Audi team, Team Audi. And both teams 0-1 at the moment, so this is a big game.
It is.
Very big game. You have Mark Gansey playing the number 1, Hector Castagnolo playing number 2. Nick Roldan will play the 3 with Freddie Mannix playing the number 4. And if you remember Freddie, he was injured in the first chukker of their game against Casablanca. Sugar Erskine came in and played hard, and they just got edged out by a couple goals at the end against Casablanca. Brookshire with Scott Wood to play the 1. They're going to put Gonzalito Perez at the 2 today, Pipe Versalino at the 3, and Miguel Navija Estrada at the number 4, filling in for his younger brother, Alejandro. And they were edged out by 2 goals. So both teams right about the same place. So big game here, as they have 2 brackets here in the Palm Beach Open of 4, and winners will go to the finals in each bracket. So it's this is a huge game, and here we go, second chukker action.
Yeah, and that final, of course, a week today, Sunday the 26th of March. Make sure you don't miss out on that. It'll be another one of those classic WPL finals. And, of course, next weekend, starting on Friday, March the 24th, and Nick Roldan, who's out there now on your screens with the number 3 in white, his white party, of course. I'm not sure if there are still tickets available. Oh, looks like Scott Wood there has lost his mallet. Play will continue, of course, but look at that. It's a very nice gesture there. Freddie Mannix coming in to help out, but it will be Miguel Navija Estrada who got there just a little bit quicker, so a little bit unlucky there. But they are all gentlemen out there on the field.
You're going to get the fair play bowling here. You had control by Team Audi in their white jerseys, and it'll be Heta.
Hammers one across the field there, looking for Mannix. Will he go for the backhand? No, he's going to try and stick and ball this one around the outside of all of that traffic. Still Mannix. Now the shot on goal that, had a deflection. It came off someone's pony. Now the near side backhand, again a deflection. Castagnola will try and control it from the near side to the onside. Roll down there also in case he needs. Will he go for the under the neck? Well, there it comes, that under the neck shot, and somehow it just manages to drop on the inside of that right post. So goal number 2 here for Hector Castagnolo, and that is only the second goal we've had in this game, Dale, because no score from Brookshire in that first chukker, and only Hector Castagnolo scoring 1 in the first.
Yeah, bad luck here as Miguel Navija started right there. He tried to stab this one out of the air. Watch you get on the end zone cam here. You see right there, Miguel. Oh, and he looked up because he is so strong. Such great player, former Tango player, and he'd love to get that one back because he would have been off to the races on the outside. On the bowling, they're going to bring this one in. Henta's going to take control once again, work this one down. He's got the Cobra out front here, but room to work here. So the Cobra is going to jump into the rumble seat. Henta once, twice, inside the 40. Oh, and cleaned up by, looks like Virgilino will take it. I thought the Cobra might get the inside there.
I was hoping that he was going to get there a little bit quicker, but Virgilino, as we know, very, very quick. He's on the move once again. Pipe Virgilino, the man from Chile, opens up things nicely. Oh, a little bit of a miss hit there, but luckily for him, he's got Gonzalito right behind. Now then, Gonza will hammer a nice dart, a long ball downfield. Well, Scott Wood was, I think, in his view. Couldn't control it. Nick Roldan very quickly will turn things around. Little steal. There it is. Again, incredible speed here of Nick Roldan. Looking to send that one up to Mannix. He's a bit too far out, but this time he finds himself in the right place at the right time, coming back with the pack, the Cobra. Roldan trying to do something with that uncontrolled ball in front of goal. Pierres. Still Gonzalito, leaves it now for Vecellino. To Castagnola going back deep, playing the defender. He will take this one around very nicely. Now that will be in shooting distance, or he's going to lay that one up very nicely here for the Cobra. He's going to leave the right of way to Nick Roldan. Goal number 3 for Audi.
Yeah, no, to get the rotation going, his head the kids that turns it back to the inside. A little give and go. We've seen a lot of the give and goes from the number 2 and number 3, Heta and Nick. They're dialed in. And, of course, we know how this works. Ganzi, he'll play either in the front or the back, wherever he needs to be at the moment. And the same with Freddie. Is remember, when Freddie comes running through, he has been a force to be reckoned with on the offensive side. So right now, the middle of the field working well here for Audi on the give and goes. They're going to take a 1-goal lead and still keeping the Brookshire team from scoring.
Yeah.
They had 2 goals on handicap, so their defense is strong right now. It looks like Freddie played a little deeper here early, and I'm not exactly sure when they pull the trigger there. I think they give them the ability just to do it whenever the time comes on a moment's notice. But, man, when he's been coming through, he has been mounted up very well. We had to speak with Freddie. Very happy with this string of horses. And, well, their breeding operation doing very, very well in Argentina. As we had Santi Tocolino sitting in the CTV studios last Sunday with me when you were at the field, Jan, and he talked a lot about their breeding operation, how well it's doing. So congratulations to them and all the breeding operations out there. So many amazing 4-legged athlete polo ponies
Look at
in
this
the
one.
game today. You don't see many. You know, now, like you said, back in the day where we used to take a lot of horses off the racetrack all over the world and they'd train them, or, you know, there was some breeding going on. But now these 4-legged athletes being bred for the game of polo, being bred and trained at the highest levels.
Yeah, we just saw a very nice pony that Nick Roldan is on there. You see it again. Look at that beautiful looking pony. Incredibly agile. Now, Nick, of course, another one of those players who's exceptionally well mounted. And another one of, well, as you know, one of my favorite players, the way he cuts those balls, especially when there's a cut shot or a slice needed. Incredible strength and technique again, and always a pleasure to watch all of these high goal superstars here playing this, of course, the 5th edition of the World Polo League. Incredible, Dale, how quickly those last 5 years have just gone by.
Yeah, no, it's amazing. They started in Snap Your Fingers, and also 16th year for the club.
Yeah.
Aspen Valley Polo Club, our sister club, fastest growing club in the nation, the Aspen Valley Polo Club. So congratulations on that. And a beautiful place. If you want to play polo this summer, July through September. And you can get all the information on AspenValleyPoloClub.com, or you can always go to GCPolo.com. Big ball knockdown here. It's about just around 3 minutes. It'll be the Cobra.
Yeah, to clear it, and he does. Oh, a deflection coming off Pierres' pony, and he will send that into the middle of next week. Cracking goal. A little mistake there by Ganzi. He didn't expect that to be deflecting off Pierres' pony. You see the action again. There's a deflection, and of course then it's easy pickings here for Gonzalito, picking up his first goal, not only for himself but for the team, and with that of course brings his team back even Stevens, 3 goals apiece.
Yeah, actually very well hit here by Mark. It just looked like Nick and Gonza were stuck there, but a well hit ball just about breaks of the game. Good bounce there for Gonzalito. They're going to win the bowling though. It's going to be hit. Freddie comes up, helps out a little bit, and we get a whistle on the play. That'll stop the clock.
Yeah, things starting to settle down nicely now here in this second chukker. Let's look at that play again. Castagnola, a couple of little touches, 1-2 touches. In comes Pierres, and Mannix coming across also.
2:19 on the clock. We have an open goal penalty 2. And they're going to take a look at this one. Our third man / IRO, Steve Lane. Field side. On iPad with real-time technology. CTV Sports has been working on for many years. And it's been very efficient this year. Of course, we also have the opportunity to bring everything back to the studio. Remember, in the studio also, all fouls and plays, and so not just fouls and plays, but also non-calls can be tagged here in the studio. So we have the ability to tag. All right, so you have a player pushing another player across the right of way there. So when they came in, and that's where you get your open goal penalty 2. And it looks like it's going to be the Cobra to do the honors, number 1 in the white.
Solid, no mistake there, and I'm sure he'll be happy with that. So Mark Ganzi picking up his first goal, and he's been very solid, very strong on taking all the penalties, especially the 2s and the 3s. And of course, with that, puts his team back in the lead. Audi now leading by 4 goals to 3.
Yeah, Mark very strong from the penalty line this season. I think he's only missed 1, I believe, the whole season. And making all his 2s and 3s. They switch it up on the 4s. They either go with Nick or Heta. A big ball by here now by Mannix. Heta's going to push Gonzalito wide. Take control in between 2 players. Now the shot on goal by Castagnola and the high flag.
Goal number 3 for Castagnola. Well, this is what I always find so enjoyable to watch. You know, you give him an inch and he will take you for a mile, and he won't mess about here. Very much on form. That's his 3rd goal. Very consistent again. A goal per chukker, and extends the lead now for the first time to 2 goals for Audi, 5 goals to 3.
Yeah, Heta's going to find open space, and that's what he does. He's so quick. He gets it out. And even though he's got to hit the next shot there, he has so much open space to take his time, shoot to the far post. Oh, that's a pretty ball, Fred Mannix, and he's got Mark going forward here. Good pickup by Ganzi. That ball's got eyes. Oh, yeah, power polo at its finest.
Yeah, goal number 2 and a cracking goal. Again, 1-touch polo here. It all started on the halfway line. Mannix with that, as you said, perfect pass down to the front. And Ganzi just gets himself in the right position, and that ball, yeah, well, did he get a piece of it or did it cross the line? But I think the ball had already crossed, maybe not in its entirety, but as you can see, there wasn't much Virgilino could do here. Yeah, just on that line, he got a piece of it, but unfortunately not able to clear it. So cracking goal number 2 here for the Cobra.
Great play here by Mannix to push that one down. All right, and that's going to go ahead and take us out of our first charge. So very strong chukker here by Team Audi. So we'll get them all set up for our 3rd chukker play. Stay with us. We'll be right back to Field 1, Grand Champions Polo Club.
here at the Santa Rita Polo Farm where the PTF Polo ASSN Junior Tournament is being held for the first time ever at this location. And I mean, could you get a more beautiful venue? Probably not. The tournament includes players of all ages, starting with the youngest at just 2 years old and the oldest at 20 years old. So you've got all ages, all skill levels, and a whole lot of fun. Let's go check it out.
It reminds me of my days when I was in that position playing the kids tournament, and for us it meant the world. So I'm very happy to be here supporting my son and other kids as well, because I think they really enjoy this, and for them it's even more important than for us probably playing the 26 or the 22.
Well, that's a wrap on the PTF Polo ASSN Juniors Tournament at the Santa Rita Polo Farm. So much incredible talent coming up through the ranks. The future is certainly bright for the sport of polo. Now, for more information on the PTF, head to polotraining.org. And, of course, head to Chukker TV for all of our awesome content, including full game broadcasts.
All right, here we go. We're back at the Field 1 at the Grand Champions Polo Club and Palm Beach Open. Yeah. What do you think?
Well, I think, but you know what, Dale? We spoke about this before the game. I after that game on Friday, Audi Casablanca, which of course was a thrilling game, I had a feeling that Audi were going to come out here with their engines revved up. It took them a chukker to really get that engine revved up, and after the first chukker with just the one single goal coming from Hector Castagnola, he picked up another 2 in chukker number 2, as did the Cobra and Nick Roldan also picking up a goal. And that is where they, like I said, started revving up that engine. So I have to tell you, I'm not surprised to see Audi full force out there. If you've just joined us, it is 6-3 here. We're in the third chukker, the final chukker of the first half. Remember, the stats will be coming up on your screen right after. But yeah, good arrow on that play there, Dale, as we saw another early foul here at the top of chukker number 3.
Yeah, more coming across the field there, 45, but the Cobra was at full tilt, so he might as well go for it. Maybe he had enough distance to try to get out of there, and but gets called a right-of-way violation, penalty 5A. Now Nick, they override, turned around there by Gondolito. He's going to send everybody forward, and that's what they'll do with Brookshire. Now Miguel will go forward with the 4, and you get the rotation by Freddie. Mannix applying the pressure. Down the center they go, looking for Gondolito. Nick's got to go back on D now. And it'll be Gondolito, and there goes Ursulino going forward. He's got Scott Wood also. Oh, it bounces off the back of Scott's pony. Nick will override. Hetta comes in and helps out. That's good teamwork right there. And this is what the number 2 and 3 have been doing on Audi. Now the give and go back to, Frederick come flying back in there to try to break that one down. And now it's turned around by Gondolito, and he'll flip it and leave it for Virgilino.
Now, will he go for the shot? No, he wants to take it out to the left-hand side first. Pretty hard bump there against Castagnola, but look at how agile he is, incredibly quick, and he will pick up that ball and say, okay, if that's how we're going to play, here we go. Check this out. A perfect pass once again downfield, straight down the line for the Cobra, and he will just... walk that one through. Easy pickings here, and goal number 3 for the Cobra.
Yeah, the Cobra gets out in front, and this Audi lined out very well. And look at how much room that he had there. He doesn't even need to check his shoulder. He knows that he's got 2 or 3 lengths of Virgilino. So just keep your head down, make good contact. Beautiful bay pony here. Mark, very focused, very strong run into goal.
Yeah. So 7-3, Dale. Just 1 goal so far, and that came from Gonzalito Pierres in the second chukker. Waiting here, I've got to tell you, for Brookshire to just turn things up a little bit. Little deflection there between Pipe Vecellino and Gonzalito Pierres. He's on the halfway line. And he's going to mobilize everybody downfield. Once again, the Cobra. Nicely done, but has he got the length on that? Now then, stolen once again by Pipe Vecellino. He'll stop and turn, take aim. No, he's going to. No, I thought he was going to might be leaving that one. There is the shot on goal, up to the front door. Look at this. This is nicely done, and just the coolest of touches there. Miguel Navija Estrada off that perfect pass from Pipe Vecellino, picking up the second goal now here for Brookshire.
Yeah, you got it. So they're sending Miguel forward now with the one. That's just a pinpoint pass. Miguel just catches it right there on his stick. Oh, he slowed this ball down. Let's see how he slows it down. Well done. Now he just pushed it right forward, Miguel. So soft with the polo ball. And you can see right there, well, I know you said you were a little hungry, he said.
I was, actually. and you know what? I believe there is a new place, well, not a new place, but a place where now you can actually combine both food and drink and watching polo.
Yeah, you got it. If you're in the local viewing area and started this week, you head over to Buffalo Wild Wings. And you can go ahead and watch all of the CTV polo matches on many of their TVs there. They actually have some sections they're setting up also inside and outside. So you can watch inside. Or if you like to be outside a little bit, on the veranda, as they say. And get yourself some burgers, some beers, and have some wings. That's one thing about them. We got that opportunity to speak. Talk to them about how their specialty sauces that they have put together just for the Buffalo Wild Wings.
So, Dale, when are you going to take me there?
We've already been. I've taken you.
Yeah, all right. When are you going to take me there again?
I can't keep taking you. I know you're from Europe, and that's the thing they do things in Europe. But now you have to reciprocate.
All right, I'll take you there. I'll take you and your lovely wife.
All right, you have to take us.
Yeah,
find your way over. It's right around the corner here from the CTV studios, right down on 441. And over by the mall. So check it out. A lot of fun over there. It's good to see that. And, of course, all different sports being played as you get to watch a polo. And back to the action here after our courtesy change. 3-goal lead here on that goal. See if they can keep it going here, Brookshire. Get a couple more before they go into halftime. Picked up by Roldan.
Yeah, and Roldan. Oh, again, another deflection coming off the helmet, I think, of Pipe Vecellino. Well, look at that. This is what Nick will do all day long. Those cut shots are absolutely formidable. A little backhander. Now, did he get caught? Just coming across that already established right of way. Looks like he might have done. Let's see what the umpires make of that here on your screen again. There is the first cut shot. Then it gets taken out of the danger zone. Now, what did you make of that, Dale?
Well, it gets good call, Nick, coming from the right to left. Now, they do have challenges here. Both teams will see. And they're talking distance. And that would be the conversation that they would be having there. They thought he maybe had enough time to get in there and make that back shot. They're going to take it to center. And as I said, 3:33 left in the third. No challenge used. So they're going to go ahead and save their challenge. But right there, that's the edge, I would say, on the distance for this 26-goal polo.
Yeah.
Remember when the 6th goal, we adjusted to larger distances for safety.
Of course.
And with the quality of the horses, players, fields at the highest level of polo in North America. So that's where you get your disc there. Nice pinpoint pass again from Versalino. Is going to pick up now, actually, Borganza to Pipe and escorted off the field by Heta.
Very close, very close. But again, as you said, perfect pass. And just that one-touch polo. And not much in it there. Vecellino, of course, also a great eye for the ball. It'll be knocked in by Heta Castagnola. He's got Mark going out on the left. There is the pass. And he will just make sure that ball comes around so it's on his stick side. First challenge, yeah, just the slightest of touches, but that will suffice here for Miguel Navija Estrada. Now let's see if Polito can avoid the challenge coming in from Roldan. Into the danger zone. Back to Pierres. able to just get a piece of that, but unfortunately not straight enough to go through the uprights.
He takes it back across the field, right around the 40-yard line. I love how Gonza snapped that one back in. He had Miguel right here. Miguel makes a good hook for him. Gonza slows it down and then pushes it. Heta comes in there, and I'm not sure if Heta had a piece of that. We'll see exactly. If they go with a knock-in or a safety. Who touched the ball last, and it is going to be a safety, a penalty 6. So an opportunity here to get back within 2. And again, well, it's going to be Pipe virtually going to do the honors. And remember, in their first game, congratulations to Santa Rita, and keeping this man off the penalty line because he is a very strong shooter. Number 3, let's see if he can get one here. And there you go. Great swing, perfect height, drops it in about 68 yards, 70-yard shot. Use that little lob wedge, lays him right in there. And so that'll go and get him within 2. And that's now if they win a bowling here and get possession, keep the pressure on Team Audi.
Yeah, they're very much starting to blossom now here at Brookshire in the latter phases or stages here of the first half. Just a little under 2 minutes left to play, but once again, Audi with possession, winning the throw-in. Vercellino in for a challenge. He was looking for the ball, but very quick once again. He'll leave that one for Miguel Navijo Estrada. A deflection. We've had a lot of deflections today, Dale. A lot of ponies or a lot of balls coming off the back end of a pony. I think once even we had it coming off a helmet. Now then, let's see what the Cobra can do and run with this one. Vercellino back, of course. Yeah, they've just managed to keep it in play. Gonzalito coming around the outside, looking for the open space. Done a very good job. There is the extension now to Pepe Vercellino. He was going flat out, slightly topping that ball. Now then, Castagnola, a bit of a mistake, and that will give or make easy pickings here for Gonzalito Perez. Now, who will he be sending it to? Wants to send it back to Pipe. Mannix clears it. Will that stay in play? Just on the boards. Under the next shot from Heta Castagnola. Again, literally on the boards. Picked up now by Roldan. Nick wants to try and lose Pipe Vercellino. The Cobra comes in. It's just in the nick of time. As Gonzalito. Yeah.
One last run here with the last 30 seconds. And they got Miguel on the far side. So here you go, your 30-second warning horn. Everybody going forward with an orange jersey. Cleaned up by Heta. He's going to keep it. Looks like he's going to stay on the field. So they're going to get the offense attack. Still have time here at center field. He's got Nick going forward if he can get it out to him. Now Freddie's going to get in the mix. Well done, Freddie, coming on the big chestnut. Freddie Mannix. And still they have time here. Nick, inside the 30. He snaps it. And look, he stayed on the field. I'm not sure if there was any whistle or we'll see what they decide, but that'll end our first half, 7-5. So we are live for the Grand Champions Polo Club, field number 1 for the 2023 World Polo League Palm Beach Open. And we'll see our halftime stats here. 7-5. And there's a difference. You can see that. I mean, there's a lot of more shots from Audi for sure. So the Brookshire team just needs to get a few more attempts because their shooting has been good. More knock-ins by the Brookshire team. So Audi missing the goal a few times, but they shot at goal 6 more times. So they're going to do that. But only one knock-in. So not bad shooting by the Brookshire team. Throw-ins, all Audi, 8-3 there. Fouls committed, even 3-3, and then scored 1-1. And 60 and a 30. So that mixes it up there. Great stats, guys. So we'll go to a little halftime break. We'll let the teams get organized with their coaches. We'll see what game plan they come out with here in the second half of the World Polo League Palm Beach Open.
This is a championship meet. All the best jockeys in the world are here, and I'm excited to ride against them. And you get to watch some really incredible, talented athletes out there.
To us, it's a place to be in the winter.
I love Gulfstream Park because of the racing.
The palm trees, the beach is right here. The horse racing is some of the best in the country.
A lot of good horses come out of here. And if you want to go to the next level, Gulfstream Park was the place to come.
I remember the first time I came to Gulfstream, it was like this big fairy tale place. All the history. And all these great horses, trainers, jockeys. It was everything that I ever dreamed of.
Number one, leading his team as always. They call him the Cobra. Give it up for Mr. Mark Ganzi. Then at number two, our second 10-goaler of this match. Give it up for Hector Castagnola, ladies and gentlemen. Number three, there is only one man that can, and that is Mr. Nick Roldan. There he is. And at number four, all the way from the Great White North from Canada, please give it up for the one and only Mr. Fred Mannix.
My name is Augustine Malman. I am a chef. I trained with my uncle in Argentina in several restaurants, and now I travel the world creating unique experiences, all cooked with fire. For this event, we came from California. My team and I had some previous events there, and we traveled with my wood oven trailer and all of our grills from Santa Barbara, California. Well, when we got here, we always arrive about a week prior to the event. There's several things that we order from out of town, like the firewood. We make reservations of all of the rental items, kitchen equipment, anything we need prior to our arrival is already reserved. And then once we arrive into town, we'll source out whatever products are on the menu, like fish, red meats, fruit, vegetable, anything that we need specifically for that menu that we chose. We will source it once we get in town. My team is everything. I mean, I always tell them and to my clients, without a good team, you can't execute these kind of dinners. It takes a lot more work than what people see when they show up to the events. It takes, like I said, I mean, sometimes weeks to prepare for an event like this because we're traveling from out of town, so we have to source everything we're not familiar with. The new barn is, I mean, we're here. This is the first dinner we're doing here, so we're very excited to be here. It's amazing. It's a great place to be, and it has this inner courtyard, which is amazing to do dinners, with a special area back here behind me to do all of our grilling and the fire showcase. So it's great to be here. It's a beautiful place. very different being up in the mountains, but I mean, I feel with Melissa and Mark and all the events we do together, I mean, I feel like it's home. You know, we've been cooking for them for about 4 or 5 years now. But as far as showcasing what we want to showcase and being in an incredible place like Aspen Valley Polo Club, that's no different to Wellington. I mean, it's a beautiful place up here. It's going to be a 4-course seated meal. As the first course, we have a halloumi cheese that we sear on our fire plancha with shrimp, pine nut gremolata sauce on top. The second course seated will be a roasted beetroot salad with goat cheese and arugula, lemon zest and olive oil. And then the main course tonight will be a mashed potato, sweet potato puree with skirt steak and chimichurri sauce. My name is Augustine Malman, and we are in Aspen Valley Polo Club, one of the most beautiful places to do an outdoor fire dinner experience.
And welcome to CTV Sports. I'm Dale Schwetz.
I'm Jan Eric Frank. Good afternoon. Oh no, it's still morning.
Oh, good morning. Yeah,
it is
afternoon. Wow, it's in the afternoon. We're jumping too quickly. The game has been going so smooth, very open, fast game. Looks like the Cobra right there talking to Lola Casanova. Yeah, I think it looks like Lolo. And a good shot of the number 1 there, Mark Ganzi, captain of the Audi team, and hit the Casanova. And his mom and dad right there. Have a little chat. Getting ready. Well, Team Audi coming in with Mark Ganzi here, 26 goals at number 1. Het de Casanova, 10 goals, number 2. Nick Rodan, number 3 at 8 goals. And Fred Mannix, 7 goals. They're a 26-goal team. And they're going to be in Brookshire. And they're coming in at 24 goals today. Scott Wood on A-rated. Gonzalito Perez, playing number 2 on 9 goals. Pipe Virgilino on number 3 on 7 goals. And Miguel Naviz Estrada on 8 goals, filling in for his brother Alejandro Naviz Estrada, who's on 7. And they received 2 goals on handicap. It was 2-1 after the first. 1 goal by Heta. And then what a chukker, Jan, the Audi team had in the second chukker.
Absolutely. No, they really revved up that engine. The Cobra picking up 2 goals, a penalty 2, and an open goal. Castagnola, of course, so far with 3 goals, 2 in the second chukker. Nick Roldan also with 1 in the second. But we've seen signs of Brookshire coming back a lot stronger in that third chukker. Now, I'm pretty sure they will have had plenty to talk about. As far as strategy is concerned, as far as implementing the ponies that they need to be using, obviously to hold up against this very strong Audi team. So still all to play for, just 2 goals in it. At the halftime break, players are slowly but surely coming back out on the field. We're about to start the second half, and of course a reminder to those of you out there watching, of course, on CTV Sports, our featured match of the week this afternoon at 4 o'clock will be between Global Port with Mickey Romero, our friend from the Philippines, Polito Pierres, Tangola, Sapo Cassette, and Anthony Garcia. Interesting read about Anthony. We'll tell you a bit more about that later on this afternoon. And they're up against Kaya Polo, a team that we've very much enjoyed watching throughout the WPL season thus far, with Larry Austin, Herodic Carril, Lorin Zubiari, and of course Santi Toccolino. So that, as I say, coming this afternoon at 4 o'clock.
Yeah, they went very well as a 23-goal team. And remember, this is the Palm Beach Open, but being played on a handicap this year based on the number of 24-goal teams in the league, and keeping the field balanced. And it's balanced out because Kaya, they won 15-12.
Yeah. 15
goals scored. Wow. That's a good, very strong 23-goal team. And the score, basically getting 2 on handicap and scoring 13. So
strong team, but all of the teams, Dale, all of the teams this year again, with the 8 teams playing that we have per WPL tournament, Very, very strong indeed. Well, the fourth chukker started, and looks like we have a little bit of a dispute going on here.
So taking a look at this one. And back to the goal will stand.
Yeah.
Yes, the goal will stand, so they'll come back to the center. It'll be bowling in on the far side here in international rules tournament conditions. As here we go, hit the out of the bowling, and he's on the move. And a little baby, look at this one, can scamper, gets out in front. Good recovery by Miguel Navidia-Estrada. Turned around here, good work by Mark Kanzi to keep Gonzalito off the play. And now Heta. Now he'll have to move this one, and there he goes. He's going to go ahead and use it. He uses it quickly, cleared out bound by Virgilino.
Now then, Pippi, can he get that ball further upfield? Mannix, just a little touch, but did he cross that line? Clearly not, because the play is continuing. Castagnola with a long reach, trying to pick up that ball. Again, a little bit of a collision there between Mannix and the number 3, Pippi Virgilino. Fakes the near side backhand. Clever play here by Castagnola. Mannix tucks in behind, still the number 2, Castagnola, working very hard. Then the snapshot from Mannix. Wow, you can see Audi very, very focused here. Again, a pick up. Again, a deflection coming off the side there off this pony. Now then, 9 goals versus 10 goals. Gonzalito trying to send that one up to Virgilino. Nick Roldan coming in between. Good pick up here by Miguel Navidia-Estrada. That's a nice little breakaway now for Pippi Virgilino. Look at that pony open up. Virgilino, second touch. Needs to get past the Cobra. Gets the putter out. A little bit of stick and balling. And puts it through. Clever play. He read that so well, Pippi Virgilino.
Yeah, Pippi keeping the ball right where he needed to. And clean defense there by Ganzi also to stay on his side perfectly. Actually watch Mark. He stays right just right on the side there. Keep it clean. Not blocking, not blocking at all. Not shading. Just on that spot. Hoping one of his players would come up and help out there, but they just didn't get there in time as Pipe just gathers it and drags it in behind. And he'll pick up his second of the day, one from the field. And Pipe also had a safety from the 60-yard mark in the third chukker. On the bowling, picked up, taken here by Gonzalito. He's going to turn it up quickly, looking for Miguel. So they've changed it up a little bit. They're going to send Miguel forward a little more. And that's going to give Scotty an opportunity. Wood comes over. Taken forward by Ganzi. Hook in there by Miguel and cleaned up by Freddie.
Mannix now round the outside he goes. Just looking for a little gap. That's a nice pass here to Nick Roldan. Has to slam on the brakes. Immediately had Pierre is coming in for the challenge. Great stick work. He's got Heta behind him. He'll leave that one for Castagnola. Now then, Castagnola just coming up to the halfway line. Will he down? Well, it's too late now. Even if he does score from there, it would only count as a 1 point, as that ball had already crossed that halfway line. The Cobra, again, a deflection there coming off the pony of Scott Wood, but he's going to get a second chance here. Still, Ganzi gives it now to Mannix. Mannix will give it back. Well, he tried to give it back to Ganzi, but Gonzalito Pierre has put his stick down in between, and here we go. Brookshire on the move, and this could be a run here for Gonzalito Pierre is the 2 number 3. I beg your pardon, that is, of course, Pippi Virgilino, the 2 number 3s. There's the cut shot. Can he get round the outside of Nick Roldan? He's already looking over his shoulder, looking for a white shirt. Sends a nice open backhand, and that's a great pickup by Heta Castagnola.
Great pace here in the second half already in this first half of our fourth chukker.
But Brookshire win it back. And, looks like Heta on that play, just a little bit offside. We'll have a look at that on the screens again. There is an inside backhand from, and here he comes. And,
Oh, yeah, bad luck. Just got over top of it.
Yeah.
He gets a piece of it, though. He'll take it. You can see he rides off. Now, if he gets that ball and can flip it, then it'll be all right. He went for it. He's so quick with his stick. And but it just got underneath his pony there, so we have a little blocking. Good shot of Freddie Maddox here. Talking about his conditioning this year, Fred. He said he's feeling very, very strong. His workout program, you can see, looks very strong. Looks like his arm's okay.
Yeah.
He's got it wrapped up there. You can see he's got some vet wrap, that black tape around his right arm. That's where he hit it when he fell off on the last game. Filled in by Erskine, Sugar. And that was bad luck for the Sugar. Sugar did well, but
Very
that
well.
team, Freddie's been such a big part of the battery on the team when you take the energy out. And I remember they went up against a very strong team, Casablanca, winning the All-Star Challenge. The two winners, actually, they won the All-Star Challenge, and then Audi winning the Founders Cup. So it was kind of a rematch of the two big guns, as you could say.
So Vicellino then, number 3, Pippo Vicellino for a penalty 2, an open goal penalty 2. Just waiting for the umpire to call play. And that would bring him within 1 goal of Audi's 8. And no mistake, there it is, goal number 3 for the man from Chile. A safety, a goal out of play, and now a penalty 2. New scoreline then, 8 to Audi, 7 for Brookshire.
Yeah, they started to turn it on in the third when it was 2-1 on the scoring because of very strong second chukker by Audi. We said 5 goals scored by Team Audi in the second chukker. Fantastic chukker for them, which gave them a nice lead. And they tried to keep it going, but Brookshire just kept on fighting back. Now on the move, Gonza. He's on the gray pony. Gonza needs to check his shoulder here. He's got time. Going to go back for the left to the right. And look at this, the equalizer.
Yep. Very, very well played here by Gonzalito Pierres. So Brookshire, as I said, starting to blossom here, even more so now here in the second half. And that, of course, easy pickings here for the 9-goaler.
You got Lito look behind there. You can see how Miguel, he had Nick in a good spot. And all Heta can do is just fall into the rumble seat there and hope for a miss. Now, this is what you want. Freddie Mannix going forward. Good pick up, Freddie. On the Bay Pony, drags it inside the 60. There's the approach shot. Shot on goal. And just off to the left side there. But nice run there. And keep an eye out for number 4. I think you're going to start seeing him running through a little more like he usually does.
Yeah, very unlucky on that play. Very unlucky, but you see that's how quick, and that makes all the difference. Winning those oh-so-important throw-ins puts you straight away in the offensive mode. That ball, again, just slightly wide. So, Miguel Novijo Estrada. Now, can Brookshire, who've done so well, coming up to the equaliser, can they now take the lead? The Cobra will pick this one up. Yeah, plays it round the outside, needs to take it round the bend. It's on the boards. Mannix will come in to try and keep his back door firmly shut so nobody comes in for the challenge. Still the Cobra, 7-8 touches now on that ball, and it looks like he might be appealing against Scott Wood.
We come in there inside. Scotty's just staying to the inside. Good ball control by Mark. Taking it under the neck. Gray mare nice and easy, nice and calm. And just kind of goes off the field. Line them up for a knock in here. It's just going to be their final run of the 4th chukker. And it'll start with Donzelito.
Sends it over the field. Again, a deflection coming off the podium of Nick Roldan, and he will send it back. He saw that 2 players, well, one definitely Hector Castagnola had already turned. Castagnola looks over his shoulder. That will be another easy pickings here for the 10-goaler. So Hector Castagnola picking up his 4th goal of the game.
Yeah, and that's the way you turn the defense into offense quickly. And again, look at Hector already moving before Nick hits that ball, and that's when they're dialed in because it gives them a good 3 or 4 horse lengths. And once Hector has that much time, it can be tough to finish or catch him or even do anything with him because he's so confident. That's going to give them a 1-goal lead as they go into the fifth chukker, so we will send them all off. And once again, a beautiful day here at the Grand Champions Polo Club and the World Polo League. Stay with us. We'll be back on CTV Sports.
Footgolf, it's a kind of life, and also it's a combination about golf and football.
So I got into sport through social media. Someone approached me on Twitter and said, have you tried it? I'd never heard of it at that point. So I went to my local course and tried it and just completely fell in love with the game.
This is not as easy as it looks on your body. It's a lot of kicking. We don't normally kick this many hard kicks in soccer.
For me, this and the US Open are the two top US tournaments. It's something we all look forward to every single year.
Great fun, and I think everyone will enjoy it when they try it. You can't not have fun.
When you set goals at the start of the season and you're able to achieve them at the end of the year, I think I can speak for everyone and say when we set goals and we make the sacrifices that we make, which a lot of people don't see, and then it all comes to fruition, it's a good feeling.
I literally live, breathe Footgolf.
Well, welcome back to CTV Sports as we are here right in the middle of the field. A goal scored by Hetta Castanola right at the end of the chukker. So 2 goals scored by the team Audi. Fred Mannix scored one at the beginning, and then Hetta. But what a chukker by Brookshire.
Yeah.
Very strong coming out of the tent.
Yeah, 3 goals to 2 if you isolate chukker number 4 on its own. So, like I said, do not write this team off by any means. They've got their work cut out for them, even though they are in the lead by 1 goal. Hetta Castagnola hammers an under the neck ball. Where's that going to go? Well, you give it to Hetta Castagnola. You know, it's a bit like a box of chocolates. You never know what you're going to get, but they're all going to be delicious.
Yeah, 5 goals on the day for number 2 in the white jersey and the gray helmet there. And look at that ball, just perfectly hit. So strong, beautiful looking dark bay ponies riding here. Very clean open game by both of these teams. I got to tell you, very well organized. We didn't have any challenges in the first half. And we had a trigger to check and see if a goal was scored, and also just a trigger on a ball placement. So wide open, and look at this. The speed is pumped up also here in the second half as it'll be Miguel.
Navijo Estrada sends it back down the line, looking for Pierres. Mannix there standing very firm in defense, not allowing him to get anywhere near or anywhere close to crossing that line. There's a ball intended for Ganzi. It's going to be a little bit short, but again, a good read and a good combination. Looked to me like a set play. Brookshire will pick this one up. A little cut shot here from Gonzalito. Roldan will send it back. And that was a little bit too quick there for the Cobra to turn. Now then, Miguel Navijo Estrada. They did so well in that last chukker. Let's see if they can do it again. They're down by 2. A little steal there by Hetta Castagnola. Everything done by the book. Picking that ball up on the near side, but he's getting pushed down. Here's another one of those monster under the neck shots. And again, perfectly placed for the Cobra. Couldn't control it. Gonza will pick it up. Got to be careful. Roldan came in. Pipe Chelina will pick it up, pick up the loose ball, looking for, well, either Scott Wood and or Miguel Novijo Estrada, and he will send up to the front door Gonzalito. This is clever play by Brookshire.
Yeah, and again, moving the ball and using the field. Look to the center. Look to the left of your screen right here. Watch Gonza come in there, enters correctly, enters cleanly, and enters with space. So no need for the non-call there. And Gonzalito picking up his third of the day. More importantly, keeping it within one goal here. But this is where, remember, we saw in the stats, very well done here by the Audi team today on their Bolins.
Very.
Winning. Wow, another big ball here by Mannix, lining out, looking for Nick. Good ride off there. Good focus and control by Pipe.
Yeah, Vecellino, he really is an eye-opener watching him play, and he works very, very hard. You know, he's all over the place. He's back at in defense when need be. He supports his teammates. A very consistent player, always highly concentrated, highly motivated. Look at him just quickly reading the play. That ball's going to come down. Yeah, well, Mannix was up there looking for it. Wood with a near side backhand, trying to send it back into the green, and stolen. Nicely done here by Pipe Vecellino. Now then, will he run this one? He's got one. No, yeah, there he is. He's got Miguel Novijo as well. That was the only player in an orange shirt that was coming through, taking a nice little gap between Mannix and Nick Roldan. Now then, to make it 2 sets of 10, there it is. Miguel Novijo Estrada picking up only a second, but a very important second goal for Brookshire.
Yeah, great polo here. It starts with Scott Wood down on the far end. It's a true coast-to-coast play here. Scott backs it across the field, and then they line out, and now you get just a rotation play where Gonzalito rotates back, and they send Miguel through.
Nice finish. Yeah, so 10 goals apiece, Dale. We're in chukker number 5, and once again, Brookshire at the moment are leading by 2 goals to 1 thus far here in chukker number 5.
Yeah, so they'll go ahead and go off for their courtesy change. And what do you think about afternoon game today? You'll be out at the field. Remember, if you are in the viewing area, make your way over to Buffalo Wild Wings, as you can watch all the games over there. But also it's this afternoon from our stadium. Mm-hmm. And we're on field 1 here. It'll be on field 2. And it's Global Port going against Kaya Polo. And a 23-goal team against a 25-goal team. There will be 2 goals on handicap. I don't think there's any we have any substitutions.
No. No, very much looking forward to that.
They line out very similar.
Yeah, and I mean, if you think about the way these 2 teams have fared so far, now of course with Global Port, we've got 2 10-goalers, Polito Pierres and Sapo Cassette, alongside Anthony Garcia, 5 goals, and Mickey Romero. Now they won their first game, beating the other newcomer Dead End 14 goals to 13. Very, very close game. And Kaya Polo, well, they lost their opening game against Richard Mill 12 to 15, so I'm pretty sure Larry Austin and his crew with Herida Carril, Lorene Zurbiari and Santi Tocalina, they're going to have an offensive mindset. They'll be looking for their first win. And, of course, Global Port will be looking to keep it a clean sheet with making it 2-0. So lots to look forward to. That promises to be a very exciting match, remember.
Both teams looking to go 2-0. Kaya won their first game 15-12 over Richard Mill.
Oh,
yeah. So that's going to be a big game also. Like this one here, both teams trying, but all are 0-1. So this is a huge game, and in the bracket system. So that'll be so make sure you tune in. The CTV Sports. They'll be live from the studio. Jan will be out at the field. So if you are in the area, come on out. It's Grand Champions Polo Club. as all the festivities will be live in the grandstand. As Nick Roldan's going to work this one down. He's got the Cobra by himself. Look at Mark. He's not pushing. He needs a little. Oh, that's a pretty ball. Scott gets there. And we will see what they decide here. Look, they might get a whistle on the play. As that ball comes up. Remember that ball coming across as going here with it. And then you have a player coming like that. And Mark's will ride that one out. See what they decide on that play. They go with a whistle on the player. If they didn't, I wasn't sure if they had it. I think they did. Remember, both teams still have challenges here in the second half. No challenges needed in the first half. So we'll see what if they decide to use or if that ball went off. With 2:06 on the clock, we already had our courtesy change. Players might elect to go ahead and switch another, as we've been seeing a number of plays. It looks like, they're going to go ahead and call the right-of-way violation. As for the open goal penalty 2, and I do not believe a challenge was used there. They're going to go ahead and save. Okay. Yeah, so they're going to go ahead and say penalty 2 on the play and save their challenge there. But you can see that it was great to see where Nick was from, or Mark was, and you just had Scott coming from over. Scott needs to move over a little earlier to the Cobra. His Cobra positions themselves so well with Nick. They play a lot of pole together through the year and also play in Aspen. And they know each other very well. You notice how the Cobra wasn't pushing there. He was leaving enough space for Nick to drop the ball in between him and the goal. So just great spacing. And look at this shot by Nick Roldan. Add the energy up. I mean, they get one down on the north end, and then Nicky going to go ahead. Look at this, a pretty ball by Heta Casanola. Just crushes 120, and then power polo once again. One-touch polo by Team Audi.
Yeah, and that's goal number 2 for Nick Roldan. So at the moment, they are in the lead by 3-2 here, and that's what Nick does. I enjoy watching him when he does that, Dale. Those cut shots, for me, one of the best cut shot players in the business.
Yeah, he hits the ball clean and crisp, and as far as anybody in the league, or in the world, on the move right now, it was picked up there by Gonzalito. He was looking for Miguel and turned around, and here comes Heta. Oh, he'll override, but Nicky jumps right into the rumble seat behind him. A little bit of a window there, so no need for a call. Good non-call, and then once again, Cobra in a good spot. Mark lines up a little deeper here. He's got to go for a deeper next shot. Not the approach shot he was looking for, but once again, that spacing that Mark gives them is very important. He just gives a lot of confidence to his players. The clock's going to go tick, 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 and end our 5th chukker play. So we will send them off, and we'll be back for our 6th and final chukker. Stay with us here on CTV Sports.
At the time the taqueria began in 1975, our goals were simple: to provide service, which we did fieldside with our first trailer, quality, and those hard-to-find polo specialty items. We searched the globe to bring back the best equipment possible for polo players by polo players.
Audi in the white jersey, Brookshire in the orange jersey. Our final chukker started out 2-1. We had a 2-goal handicap, though, given to the Brookshire team, Yan. And then we said, second chukker, what a chukker by Team Audi. 5 goals to take it. It was 2-1 after the first, 6-3. Another goal scored by Gonzalito. They mixed it up well with Mark, Heta, Nick. And then they went into the third chukker, and 1 goal scored by Mark. And that was a third, and that pushed them to 7. 2 more scored by Brookshire, 7-5 at halftime. In a good spot to be in, because Brookshire, you can see they were coming together. Their offensive attack was working a little better going at the end of the third. And then in the good chukker by the Brookshire team in the fourth, 3 goals.
Yeah.
Yeah, then 2 more by Audi, making it 9-8 Audi. And then right here, 3-2 again. It's still both teams scoring goals and working, and you have a 2-goal lead, so anybody's match. It's a tight match here.
Anybody's, absolutely. But you know what? Every time that Audi felt anything would resemble any kind of pressure from Brookshire, they very quickly revved up that engine, came back with a very quick answer, and we've seen some absolutely phenomenal goals here by Heta Castagnola.
So we go against Team Audi. They moved to the center for 5B. Remember, here in our final chukker, each team still has a challenge if they need it here at the end. And I said no challenges used in the first half, only a couple triggers. We triggered a goal, see if a goal is scored, and we triggered a ball placement.
Now then, Del,
the umpires.
Will we see a 2-pointer? This could be which would be ideal now for Brookshire if we saw this young man, Miguel Navijo Estrada, send this one straight down the field. As you can see, it's just behind that halfway line. Hello. Well, it's deep. Not deep enough. Has a bounce. Picked up by Nick Roldan. Nick Roldan will run with this one. So 8 goals versus 9. He's got Pierre is right behind him, or right next to him. Jumping into that position with the number 4, Miguel Navijo Estrada. Mannix, he was nearly through. Well played there by Gonzalito Pierres. Now then, can Pipe Vecellino pick up a very, very much needed goal here? He's up against Castagnola, picks it up on the near side. Well played, head up. Turning it around. Yeah, we've seen that was a very good example why he is 10 goals. Bumping a ride off. Miguel sends it back. Vecellino too far away, tries to steal it, but Nick Roldan felt it, saw it coming, and he will now hammer a long ball down the field, looking for, well, there he is, Mr. Mannix. And Fred will just let the mallet do the work for him. Bang.
Yeah, well done. And this is where we talk about Freddie working so hard all day long. Look at how wide open he was there, though. And Gonza's going to go for it here, but Freddie mounted up well also, has the power, has the speed, and he's been sensational going to goal. His percentages are very, very high. See, he checks his shoulder one time, doesn't need to check again. Focus on the ball.
Goal number 2 for our friend from the Great White North from Canada. Once again, Mr. Number 2 on his shirt, 10 to his name, handicap. Castagnola is on the move. Oh, look at that. Look at the correction on that. And it's all on the near side. Has he done enough? Very, very close, but incredible eye for the ball there.
Yeah, his brother Barto also very, very strong with the ball. We were talking about the goal he scored where he leaned back, almost turned his body all the way around, and took it out of the air. Here now Heta takes a little half volley there at full speed, no problem. Off to the outside, and they'll control here. So with that goal by Mannix, that was a little cushion goal, a little breather goal, you could say. So Brookshire wants to jump on one. Try to get a goal here before the courtesy change.
Cellino, very quickly there. In comes Nick Roldan. Well, that is that old rule. If you snooze, you lose, and that's what happened here. But he wants to redeem himself. I was going to say that Gonzalito nearly ran through with that one.
Keep an eye on this play. Let's see, because Gonza comes across here. And there you go. I guess you're going to get the second man.
Yep.
And that's what I was just saying. I wasn't sure what now we'll see what they decide here, if they decide to use it or not use it. Now let's see if they move that ball, they'll get a goal shot penalty out of it. It'll be at least a 60. It's going to take us into our courtesy change, our final courtesy change of the sixth chukker, our final courtesy change of our game here, World Polo League, Palm Beach Open. So for the final minute or 4:30, you'll have everybody on fresh. Look at the shine on those horses.
Yeah.
Isn't that amazing? Unbelievable bloodlines. And a good, nice shot there of Frederick and also his Algria. You got the logos there. Calgary. Big shout out to his father, Fred Mannix. Good friend of mine. Got to play polo with him, against him. And Avid loves the game of polo. And his brothers, too. Beautiful place they have over there in Calgary where they play polo there. I've had the opportunity to travel up there in Osato, the local town there. Very friendly people. Just outside and of Calgary. So there you go. 3-goal lead, 4:36. Mucho tiempo.
See.
A lot of time.
See.
Yeah. So let's see. Like I said, if they could get one here on the 60, they elected not to use their challenge. So they'll save it for the end just in case. And I think you're going to get a 60. I don't think you're going to move it up anymore. They might have checked just to make sure there weren't any players downfield. Oh, okay. So you are going to get a 3 out of it.
Mm-hmm.
So that there were some first player was wide down, open downfield. So Scott Wood or someone's downfield, and well done by design. And that's how big that is. We talk a lot about the Santa Rita Trinkalaka team with Melissa. She'll rotate around there and get up there in the front also, and make sure that they get those opportunities and more. Also, Larry Austin, he does that a lot. He plays it by design. Will be up in the front of the game. So if you do get a penalty around the 100-yard line, that ball get moved to a 3. And this guy has been great, Pipe.
Yeah,
he'll get another.
Nicely done by Pipe Vecellino. His 4th of this game. So they're closing in on him. 2 goals, as you said, mucho tiempo, plenty of time. A good 4 minutes left to play here in the 6th and final chukker. But as I said earlier, Audi, they always seem to have an answer and a remedy every time Brookshire seem to score a goal.
Richard Mill team plays a lot like that too with Teo Kaye.
Yeah.
By design. And they're moving the ball. Remember, the umpires here at World Polo League, they will move the ball based on ball placement to keep it very consistent. All right, Scotty Wood, he'll get a piece of it. Controlled by the Cobra.
And he will turn it around nicely. Yeah, slightly topped it, Mannix. Gives it back to Nick. Now then, Nick will be looking for an empty space or an open space. There is the pass. Yeah, too far for the Cobra. Vecellino, once again. Good work here from Roldan, and he was nearly through there, Fred Mannix. Now then, Miguel Novillo Estrada. What trick has he got up his sleeve?
No one defending him here, so he can take those extra taps there, Jan. No one in the vicinity to defend him is Scott. But well picked up here by the Cobra on full rotation. Oh! Oh, nice little attempt there by Scott Wood.
Yeah. Mark not able to clear the ball well enough, so that really could have gone in for Scott Wood.
Good shot there, Nick Rodan. And looks like Cobra's going to come in. They're going to have a little team polo huddle and look at it sending Freddie forward. Look number 4 on the right side. That'll clean up the left side.
Castagnola feeds it up to Nick Roldan. 1 touch, 2 touches. Here's the drive. Yeah, he didn't hit that cleanly. Novicio Estrada. Will he leave that one? Yes, he will, for the number 2, Pierres. Pierres has the ball taken off him there by Castagnola, and he's going to take this ball for a little lap of honour. Deep in his own half now, but this is all costing a lot of that mucho tempo.
Yeah, good point there. Yeah, and that definitely, you know, when Getta gets it over there, he knows, oh. And no whistle on the play. He has beat with the steal it, and that's going to free up Cobra. Freddie falls into the rumble seat. A little short from Mark, backed up by Brookshire. Good turn here and raid by Nick, and he's just going to keep the ball moving. And it'll be Miguel.
On the halfway line. Roldan doesn't play the backhand, plays it across the field. Castagnola, a little under the neck. Roldan will come back to pick it up. Does very well.
You hear a whistle on the play here. Your player coming from center of the field. Looked like Pipa was on the right of way here. As you can see how that ball is going straight out. You have Nick coming from left to right there. And we'll see what they elect to do here. We did have a whistle on the play. I wasn't sure exactly if that's the call or if they're... Remember, speed and distance, timing, all big part of it. Captain Pierre's there. We have a discussion on it. A few players are going to switch out. You are going to get a penalty 5A on the right-of-way violation. Nick looked like he thought maybe PB checked down a little bit there and he could sneak in and steal it. But from the spot, and here's Miguel.
In comes Mannix. Miguel still on the move. A difficult angle, and Mannix read that well, allows that ball to go over the back line. So, Dale, a minute left to play. Will we see a couple of quick goals or maybe even a 2-pointer? Audi have possession.
You love that, wouldn't you?
Oh, I tell you, I've been waiting for it.
They get a big one for the tie, but you got Mark by himself here. Yep, Cobra knows, just got to get it down the field, work clock a little bit.
Good steal there by Pepe Vecellino. On the boards. Nick knows it.
Smart play there, Nick. Going to pull out there, not that you don't want to foul here. You know, don't give him an opportunity. Big ball, now hit the
precision, absolute precision. Roldan. Can Audi make it 14? The Cobra chasing this ball. Not ideal, that one. Mickey Novicio Estrada, we're down to the last few seconds. So unless they score a 2-pointer right here, right now, well, that ball's already gone over the halfway line. So just the 1 goal, if anything, but they're just going to run out of time. So a great way to finish this 6th and final chukker with a goal apiece. But all the hard work had already been done. 13 goals to 11, then the final score. Well done, Audi.
You made a good point there, too, on that, because you could actually pull up there and go for the 2-pointer at the end. Here we go, 13-11. Well, there's the difference. We talked about in the first half, shots on goal. Audi, a tremendous amount of shots on goal comparison to Brookshire. Knock-ins, a few more knock-ins by Brookshire, so Audi missed the goal a few more times, but 7 shots more. Throw-ins, very strong today, Team Audi. They are, whatever they're doing in there, they have it locked down because winning over half of them. Fouls committed, not bad, 7-4. Both teams keeping it under 8. Very well schooled up. Congratulations, both teams, very organized. And penalties scored, 2 by Audi, 3 by Brookshire, and it was the Cobra on the 2s, and then they mixed it up with Versalino scoring from the 60, the 40, and the 30. So keep it very busy. So good return here for Audi, coming off their Casablanca game, which was a very tight game, and now they seem to have it dialed in very well. Yeah, I mean, Brookshire just maybe need a few more shots on goal. Just give them a few more opportunities because it was tight. 12-10 going into the last chukker.
Yep, and obviously they did not get the result that they wanted. Audi very much did, so they're on course. Well done, Mark, Heta, Nick, and of course, Mr. Mann. It's great to see him back in the side. And we did see Alejandro
Navijo. Glad to see Freddie was okay, yeah.
And we did see Alejandro Navijo Estrada in the pony lines earlier on, so he's up and about, and I think, I'm hoping very much that we will see him in the saddle again in due course. Remember, coming up on your screens this afternoon, Global Port 25-goal team against Kaya Polo 23-goal team, and as that Dale rightly pointed out, both of these teams coming with a 1-0. Should be a cracking game of polo this afternoon here on CTV Sports.
You got it. So for Jan, Eric, Frank, I'm Dale Schwetz. I speak for everyone here at CTV Sports when I say thank you for making us leaders in polo broadcasting. And always remember, here at CTV Sports, we love the polo.